Let's check in on the Niners and get down to Santa Clara because joining us now on the River Islands guest line is 49ers offensive lineman, third-year Dominick Puni. Dom, appreciate you coming on the show. What's going on?
Man, nothing much. I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah, we're excited to talk to you. How are you feeling, by the way? And I mean that also in comparison. Like, I know it's a year later, so now we can admit it, right? You were kind of playing through injury last year. So how would you compare how you're feeling now versus last year?
I feel good, man. I feel the same as going into camp last year. I feel 100%. It's just getting better day by day.
How do you approach the offseason in terms of, fitness and weight? Because you obviously want to stay at about a certain number. Do you get big and then get back small? Do you try to maintain your playing weight?
I'm usually pretty good about maintaining. I just follow the program that the 49ers strength staff sends out, and, it never fails because I always come back in training camp in shape and ready. So, they got a good program.
Dom, I think you probably feel this, and maybe you don't. I think the fan base is stressed about the offensive line, and it's mainly because of the talent on the defensive line with two of the teams in your division. How do you see those matchups? What do you guys feel you need to do better this year?
There's always stuff to get better at. Just simple stuff in the run game and the pass game, but I will say just the cohesiveness that we've built, especially with me, Jake, and Colt just having so many games played together. You can really tell how that's affected how well we've meshed together this camp. So I'm excited for that and take the next step, but we're just going to keep taking our coaching points and just keep applying it to practice and just keep getting better.
And you mix Trent in there as well, and you've got a pretty solid offensive line. I wonder, when you look back at last year and you reverse engineer it, where do you see the biggest issues you guys were having in the run game? The
biggest issues? I don't know. It's hard to pinpoint. I think Coach Shanahan did a good job kind of pointing out. We're always just like it's one guy's off. It's just we could have 10 guys on the right path, right thing they're doing. If one guy's failing his job, then it can ruin the whole play. I just think we just weren't always all 11 guys on the same page.
Dominick Puni is with us here on Willard and Dibbs 95.7 The Game. Dom, we've listened to a lot of things that you've said, mentioned things about the cohesiveness of the offensive line. I don't know if I've ever heard you go in depth on Trent Williams as a teammate, especially as you watch. You're going into year 3, his age, his longevity. What have you taken from him? What has all of that meant to you?
It means a lot. I remember when I got drafted, I think one of the first things I thought was, man, I get to be in the same room as Trent Williams and just kind of see how he operates in the room and, what's his key to longevity. And honestly, I always say he's not a real person. He's just kind of like I don't even know what a mythical character. He's in year 16, 15. I don't even know, but because guys will tell me they're in year 10, and I'm like, wow, that's a long time. And then here comes Trent, who's still playing at an all-pro level, 15, 16 years in. So, it's unbelievable. And, the advice he gives every day is just awesome. So it's great to learn from him.
I know also we always get to see him, and especially now that Debo's back, we get to see those guys with the boombox crew. We don't really get to see what's happening behind them. Dom, what do you do during boombox time?
I just watch them. I'm just always behind them. I'm watching them dance and have fun, and I just run out the tunnel behind them.
There's no dancing. There's no nothing. You're just walking.
Yeah, I was just walking in the back. I'm not usually dancing in the tunnel.
Do you have anything pregame that you absolutely rely on, whether it's a T-shirt you wear under or just sort of a ritual that does get you ready for the game?
I used to, but I've kind of fallen away from it. I think one thing I like to do is I like to just take a lap around the field pregame and then sit on the bench and just kind of soak in the moment. That's probably the one thing I always keep doing.
Dominick, I'm sure you guys may already be sick of this, but I really love to get the perspective of the players on this. What is your take on the whole 49er injury thing? And I don't even just mean the substation talk, but right now it's like anytime there's any injury at all, and it's football, everybody just kind of loses their mind. What is your reaction to this?
I don't know. It's just, it could just be bad luck. I don't think there's any real rhyme or reason. It's not like the coaches are over pushing us. It's not like they're doing too much. The road's not too much. So, I just mark it up to bad luck and just being unfortunate, honestly.
You've been on other football teams, Kansas, et cetera. Does this feel different And I don't mean just your work load. I just mean what's happening around you. Does this feel normal or different in terms of the number of injuries?
Every team I've been on has always been injuries. I mean, I don't pay attention to them too much and like how many people are hurt. I couldn't even tell you how many guys are hurt on the team right now or at Kansas. It just feels normal. Like it's football. People are going to get hurt. And if it takes a week, 2 days, 3 days, a week, or 2 weeks, they'll get back. It's not like they're missing the whole season. So, it's just football.
How do you balance the mentality of knowing that it's early August and this doesn't really, quote unquote, matter with the idea that you want to go 100% and get better? Do you try to just block out certain parts of that from your mind so you can still go 100%?
Block out what?
Block out the idea that this is practice or joint practice or preseason game number one and it doesn't really, quote, matter.
Oh, yeah, no, you got to block that out. You got to treat every rep as a game rep. I'm looking at the down and distance every single play, just trying to imagine myself like in a game, like if it's 3rd and 8, 3rd and 6, just getting on 2-point stance, pass pro, just stuff like that. Just being situational about it. If you approach it like practice, I'm not sure that's the best way to do it. You're just trying to get through it. Instead of trying to get better.
We're talking to Dominick Puni here on 95.7 The Game. Dom, what was the first thought that went through your mind when you saw the Rams acquire Myles Garrett?
I was like, well, I thought they got Myles Garrett. I also thought they lost Jared Verse. So I was like, I'm glad they don't have both of them, actually. But,
right.
So I was kind of happy they got rid of him. But, they got Myles Garrett. It was probably the best pass rusher in the game. So, obviously I'm not, like, super ecstatic about it. But, we got to go out there and play. Like, we have players on the line, too. We got Trent Williams and Colt, like, some of the 2 best tackles in the game. So I'm very confident in them.
And is that something that you guys take immense pride in, especially with Brock now, the cemented quarterback and he's paid in full? Do you guys take a little extra pride of a measurement knowing that keeping him upright is a huge, huge job?
Of course. Honestly, any quarterback you put back there, like, there's no way we can, like, let them just, like, anybody get to the quarterback. That's got to be the mindset of your O-line. It's not like when a different quarterback comes in, you're not like, I'm not going to protect him as much. It's like, you got to fight your butt off to protect anybody who's back there. And, Brock obviously has a lot of money, and we love him so much. So, we're going to fight a lot to protect him.
Dom, obviously last year, looking at it from beginning to end, there were a lot of good things, but I think the number one thing the organization sounds like they want to improve is the pass rush, and there were so many injuries there last year. You're going against these guys in practice every day. So as a group, how do they look? How's Nick looking? And then what about the additions also, Osa and anyone else you want to throw in there? How's everyone looking?
Man, just off the first week of pads, they look really good. I know I'm getting some really, really good reps against Osa on the interior. He's been a top-tier pass rusher in this league for a long time. And, I'm super excited to get those reps against him because I know it's going to make me better in the season. And, with Bosa's going to be Bosa. Like, we know what he's going to do on Sunday, and he looks really good right now coming off the ACL. I'm super excited to see him get going. But everyone else looks good. You got guys coming back, getting healthy at the right time, and we'll see what happens. When
you're blocking against the interior pass rushers, is it a little bit more straightforward in terms of them not having as many moves, or do those defensive tackles have just as many moves, but they're different?
You know what? I've actually said I feel like the interior D-line is evolving into pass rushers. It's probably Aaron Donald's fault for them because he was so good at pass rushing. I think he's kind of opened the gate for a lot of these guys to develop pass rush moves instead of just being like run stoppers. So, they're getting better and better, and as they evolve, we got to evolve with them. I think from a D tackle or a DN, they both could have the same amount of moves.
Dom, how has the whole situation surrounding what happened to Kyle Shanahan a number of weeks ago, how has that affected the team? How has that affected camp so far?
It's affected us in the way that he kind of missed like the first week. But it really hasn't. We haven't really been affected too much because the way our practices are ran, the way our schedule is, it's just like a clock. Like it's just clockwork. So we got the right coaches in place to handle this situation. And obviously, when we see Kyle on the practice field, it's very motivating to see him healthy and just to say what's up to him. But I think the number one thing is just him being healthy and 100%.
So rookie year is always like, okay, wide-eyed, and this is all new. Second year, they talk about kind of avoiding a sophomore slump. What's year 3 for you? How do you kind of approach it?
Year 3 is just be the best player I can be. Now I'm not worried about how I played my first year, my second year. I got to be the best player I can be every single day at practice, walkthrough, game day, and that's just stacking reps. I think that's the number one thing my focus is on this year. Just don't beat yourself. Do what you're good at, and just let it ride.
So, by the way, stacking reps, we're looking at numbers right now. It appears you've never missed a snap in 2 years. What? First of all, how, and what does that mean to you?
I mean, it's, like I said earlier, I think there's a little bit of luck involved, and, it means a lot. Like, as an O-lineman, you never really want to miss a snap. I think the only snaps you really miss are the ones when the O-line coach takes you out in the fourth quarter. Because you're up by a lot, and some other guys want to get some reps, but you just never want to leave your guys out there without you, especially when you can go. If you can go at all, you just go, and you just take pride in that. You don't want to look back and say you tapped out ever, so I think that's part of it.
Next time, we'll have you rank all 2,198 snaps, so make sure you do your homework.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Dom Puni with us on 95.7 The Game. Dom, you ready for the big finish? Have a little fun here?
Yes, let's do it.
All right. Here we go. Dom Puni on the big finish. Here's how it works. We give you 2 categories. You pick one. Do you want to do small town America or linemen love to eat?
We'll do small town America. Why not?
All right, small town America. As a kid in a small town in Missouri, what outdoor activities did you enjoy most?
Outdoor activities? That's a good question. I think me and my friends would always go to our elementary school because there was a big grass field, and we always played football, kickball, baseball. We used that field for so many different sports. That was probably my favorite thing to do.
And I know that you were a high school volleyball player. Are you super skilled like some of your family members?
I am, actually. I'm a pretty good volleyball player, actually, back in the day. Yeah, I mean, I think my mom played volleyball, and she was really pushing for me to play, and I didn't really have any other winter sport to play, so I was like, you know what, why not? And it was pretty fun, actually. I like playing volleyball.
Dom, did your body change a ton? Like, I bet you get this a lot. Like, O-linemen and volleyball, these things don't mix in my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it did. It did. When I was a junior in high school, I was probably like 220, honestly, in senior year, too. And just, I mean, I think when I got to college, I was going to be an O-lineman in college, and I just realized I had to get bigger. So I just ate a lot of food. I don't know if it was like the right thing to do because I got pretty fat. But then I think like my junior year in college, I really, really started hitting the weight room, and that's when like the transformation started to happen.
Fantastic. It's the big finish with Dominick Puni. You were obviously a standout in high school. I believe Francis Howell Central, if the research is correct, known for its marching band. Do you play an instrument or do you sing?
I do not play an instrument, and I do not sing. But our marching band at Howell Central was really good all the time. Like, I was always very impressed.
Like, not even in the shower or in the car by yourself or anything?
No, yeah, I'll sing then, but I'm not singing I will sing in front of other people.
Who's on the playlist right now, Dom?
Right now? I've been listening to a lot of, like, Fiji, Maoli, Kalohi Kai, more island music, honestly.
Okay, and
nice.
That perfectly leads into the final question, which is being of Samoan lineage, yet sort of landlocked with where you grew up. How old were you when you saw the ocean for the first time?
When I saw the ocean, I think I was probably 6 years old in Florida, Destin, Florida, probably like 5 or 6 years old.
And did it kind of like floor you and blow you away a little bit, or what was that like?
I was definitely afraid of the ocean. I couldn't even go 5 yards in there because I was just so scared of sharks. I learned about sharks too, so I was like, there's probably like 1,000 sharks in this vicinity, so I wasn't going in there at all. But now I'm good.
I was going to say, how about now? Now you'll go in the ocean?
Yeah, actually, I went snorkeling in Hawaii this offseason. I saw a little baby shark, and it was actually pretty cool. Like, I didn't freak out or anything. It was pretty cool.
I'm pretty sure the shark doesn't want any piece of a 315-pound lineman. Maybe a 6-year-old.
That's one of those one of those books. Who would win? Who would win?
Right.
Dom or small shark? Who would win, Dom?
I'm taking me versus a small shark, but if you get any bigger than what it was, I'd probably take the shark.
Okay, I think it's a fair answer.
Watch out for the swim move, too, if you happen to be at the line of scrimmage.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Hey, Dom, ton of fun, man. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Of course. Thanks for having me.